Anyway, I love you. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Let's go.
Hey. Welcome to
You gotta say action.
You right. Everything's all fucked up. Action. Damn. Okay. That was like Inception, bro. That was like Inception.
Shit. That was like me and Anna having a great day because, mind you, one, we don't shoot this early ever. We don't shoot in daylight at all. It's daylight outside right now. Yeah. Me and Anna on some different shit today. But also, how's your week been, my guy? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. Like I said, like we were talking about earlier, I just found out some phenomenal information.
Some phenomenal information.
Like really, I thought Amazon was the devil, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Well, for what you told me, okay. Well, I guess they got our back.
right, bro. Like I found out.
I don't even think we can say this on film.
Yeah, let's not.
I don't need them to know because if they know, and they
stop that shit.
They showed out.
Yeah,
too.
right.
I gotta put mine in right now.
right.
And then literally,
I
by the end of this episode, Ant gonna tell y'all what's up. Because I'm going to order my shit right now. And then Ant can tell y'all what's happening. And if they cut it off, they cut it off. They ain't got shit to do with me. I paid already. Yeah. The government paid already. So we're done. Anyway.
100%.
But, yeah, man. How's your week been, man?
I just pray that, somebody is actually looking out for these kids. Because it ain't the government, but at the same time, we know that the government not looking out for us. It's not looking out for y'all. It's not looking out for nobody. Period.
Yeah, y'all know that at the top.
Like real talk. Look at this. Look at this. Joe Biden not finna give out that $1,400 no time soon.
Ooh.
So,
hey, you know what's not in our show right now that I just heard about Joe Biden, and I think we kind of can just talk about this real quick.
What?
So apparently, it's being said that what Joe Biden is doing is he's taking away phone calls from fucking prisoners.
Really?
That's what I just heard 4 hours before we started recording.
Really?
I saw that on IG. I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "Is this a real thing?" I don't know if it's a real thing, but I think that's something we should. Cause that's crazy.
If you're locked up, you don't get your phone call. You can't get your one phone call to call your lawyer.
The taxpayers will not be paying for because taxpayers pay for phone calls in some regard. Yeah, they're just taking that away. So if you're in prison, you wouldn't have phone calls, which is crazy. Think of the idea of being in prison. And they're like, yeah, you can't talk to nobody outside these walls. It's nuts, bro.
Hey, you know what's wild?
That's nuts.
You know what's wild? This makes me
so many niggas came home, and I feel like they were good because they could. Yeah,
because they could talk to their people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, what you saying?
Like in the prison reform movement that was happening under the last presidency, right?
Yeah, facts.
Right.
Facts.
Doesn't this kind of undo that? This is a step backwards, I think.
Okay. Yeah. No. It doesn't undo it. It doesn't undo it.
Well, the thing is, like, what was the prison reform thing from last thing? Because I don't even know,
exactly.
Right. But all I know is when Trump was president, motherfuckers in jail could at least call their people. But now that Biden's the president, if you're in jail, you can't. That's mad oppressive.
It's mad oppressive, and I think that the thing about it is, oh my God, I'm trying to remember the term. That the person that tweeted this term with it, and they were like, "This is exactly blah 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 blah," and I was like, "Ooh, is it?" And I literally I looked at it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "All right, I'm done," because it don't take me much to believe that the government is doing this. But and this is like literally 30 minutes after I saw Judas and the Black Messiah. So I'm like, yeah, just can't get ahead. But
no, but we literally can't. Let me see that later. We literally can't, bro.
Can't.
Like, no matter what, no matter who's in office.
Oh yeah. Let's get into the news. It's going down today. The former CTU president, Karen Lewis, she passed at age 67. If you don't know who Karen Lewis is, Karen Lewis pretty much had that shit on her back. That's what she was for them. She wasn't the president when she passed. But CTU released a statement and they said Karen didn't just lead our movement, she was our movement. She devoted damn near all of her life to teachers getting a fair shake. So
and that's real. And like, teachers do not get a fair shake for all the work they do, man. And
in the country in general, teachers.
Like, in the country in general, bro. Yeah. It's like, education is not a priority for this country. Like, to be perfectly honest, bro.
And that's crazy, because education is the one thing. A lot of the time, it don't take education to get us right. Because, hey, I didn't get educated to make this beautiful ass barcode hoodie. Like, now.
Hey, no, but like, you make a good point, right? Because, like, you weren't formally educated to design that, but that's a decent looking hoodie, right? So
most people in America, I feel like right now, our age bracket,
that's what I'm saying.
They are not doing the thing they went to school for.
I'm not. I went to school for
computer. That's because our education system is so fucked up.
Well,
you know
mine is a special case.
Yours is a special case, but not 100%. Really, because you were able to do something. I think that's the end. At the end of the day, what's important is that you were able to do something else because of an interest you had.
What exactly?
You feel
and that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing about it is, you really don't need education. Is doing it. You don't need a degree from someplace to tell you that you can do that. Because when I finished programming school, I didn't know how to program until I started working.
Until you started doing it.
Exactly. And I went to school for it. So I didn't know how to actually program, how to do that until I was doing it. Mm-hmm. Period. I felt like my degree was useless. I literally felt like what I knew, what I taught myself, I could have just started that job with that and been straight. Fact. Period. Because I went to school for programming and didn't know how to program until I started working.
About that? To the point where I was getting into programming and I was getting books from you, whereas I didn't go to school for it. I was just like,
exactly.
One of my best friends does it. And still doing the same things though, you know?
Because when you learn by doing.
Exactly.
You don't learn by somebody telling you.
Like, I've had jobs, you know what I'm saying? I've had jobs where I was doing, you know what I'm saying? You saw when I first the first job I got where I had my own office, I was doing coding, graphic work, and all that. And I'm not formally trained in none of the things that they hired me for.
Right.
But, yeah.
What was we on though? What was we even talking about?
We was talking about Karen Lewis, but go to the next new news. We got some new news today.
This funny how you put is a minor upset because I don't think if
it was
you got Tom Brady on your team, it's not a minor upset.
No, it wasn't. You know
not the underdog. Okay. You are not the
underdog. Talking about Super Bowl 45. Was it 45?
So here it is. Super Bowl 40.
Is it 45? 55? It's 55?
I thought
whatever L is.
No, LV. I don't know.
Whatever
something
L is 50. I think L is 50. I think it's 55.
All right, so it results in a minor upset. The Buccaneers win 31-9.
But do not listen to this nigga. Because here's the thing.
Tom Brady is not a minor upset.
He's saying that to me like, bro, I've never betted against Tom Brady in my life. Here's the thing.
Upset.
Check. Pete, I wrote that shit. Yeah, I wrote that because I wanted to be fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Listen. Tom Brady. And was it 2009 was his first Super Bowl, I think? I've won 2 Super Bowl bets blindly because I was like, Patriots literally never failed.
Tom Brady
has never failed me.
There you go.
Bill Belichick has never failed me. No, Belichick never failed me. Tom Brady never failed me. And the Patriots as a franchise have never failed me. If you told me Tom Brady was on a different team from the Patriots, I didn't know that until 2 months ago.
That's real. I didn't know that either because
I didn't know that shit till 2 months ago.
Everything you said right now, just
nothing I'm explaining to you has to do with logic or anything.
No. What I'm saying is, for you to put minor upset, that is damn near blasphemous. From your explanation just now,
I knew that. It is because you know why it was a minor upset. You know why I typed
Tell me why it was a minor upset.
It was a minor upset because Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback right now. He is the best. He's the most
valuable. Tom Brady is. You bet on Tom Brady, my guy.
I bet on Tom Brady because I know Tom Brady, bro. And Tom Brady, because you know it's Tom Brady walked into that fucking stadium knowing that it's the best player right now. It's the best player of all time. That's what it was. It was literally the best player of recent memory versus the best player of all memory. What?
How is that minor upset, bro?
Because what's the name? Because Tampa Bay is not that good. Tampa Bay is not better than Kansas City as a team. They're not. That's why it's an upset.
31 down. 4 quarters, they had 3.
You mad because I typed that shit?
Yeah, because
that's what you mad about. Because you not mad about nothing else. You know I was right about everything else I said.
Nothing else. Exactly.
It was an upset because Patrick Mahomes was supposed to smoke Tom Brady.
Nah, bro.
From everything I heard.
Nah, bro.
From everything I heard.
But you bet on Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm not dumb. Why would you bet against Tom Brady? That nigga has more rings than Rick James and Prince combined. That's crazy. No white boy should have that. No white boy should have more rings than Prince or more rings than Rick James. Guess who do? Tom fucking Brady. He that guy, bro. And people like, oh, Tom Brady to go, but he's a racist prick. And I was like, damn, when did racism have to do with how good he throw a fucking football? Because I don't give a fuck.
Moving on.
That's the most racist nigga of all. But he's still dope. Tom Brady ain't even racist. He's just stupid. He makes out with his son, bro. That nigga's stupid.
I think all of them.
Hey, bro. Hey, you know the last shit.
I mean, aren't all racist people just stupid? Like,
dumb. It
makes no sense to be racist. Like
it makes no sense, bro. All right, hey, this is something I wanted to bring up because I put this in the docket as soon as I saw it. Nigga, the best man, original cast, original director and writer, all coming back to do a 10-episode series on Peacock. Now, that might not be important to a lot of people, but it's so important to so many people.
I feel like the Best Man is a nice black franchise, bro.
Bro,
it's a nice black
Best Man
franchise.
Holiday. What's that? 10 years? That's more than a decade later, and that was a great movie.
Yeah, bro. This is good because I fuck with the Best Man series. You shit. Yeah. So with that caveat, you know what I'm saying. It's interesting how they do the story for these 10 episodes.
You know what I thought?
And then they gonna have the cast too.
The whole cast and the original writer, right? So everything is clear with
Morris Chestnut,
like Morris Chestnut, Tate, every black actor over 40 besides Denzel.
What's his name? Terrence Howard.
Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long, fucking, you know what I'm saying, like, Shorty from the, what's the name, is it Shorty from the, Family Feud video?
Andy Newton was in that Best Man, in the first one?
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch that.
Hold on.
I gotta rewatch that.
We have I put links in this episode and we haven't used none of them. Think about this. Take a load off. Think about this shit, bro. What black franchise outside of like Medea films and shit, whatever monster that is, the fucking fan base of that. What black franchise like The Best Man has gone more than 2?
Besides the Medea movie?
Besides Medea movie, nothing.
They made a soul food show. They did make a soul food show.
They didn't make a soul food too?
But they made a series from Soul Food.
Yeah, no. A lot of these things will go to series, and those series will never reach the critical acclaim that the original movie made. Bro,
I don't even remember the Soul Food show, so.
Exactly, but Soul Food show had come on like
two could play that game. There was like 3 of those movies.
That's not true, is it? I've never heard of another 2 can play that game.
There is a 2 can play that game too. Definitely, there is definitely a 2 can play.
2 can play that game. As in Jamie Foxx, Gabrielle Union.
No.
Christina Milian.
No, who's into 2 can play that game?
Jamie Foxx.
No, it wasn't Jamie Foxx.
Morris
Chestnut and Vivica Fox. 2 could play that game.
Okay. So
there was more than one. There was more than one of those.
What's the name? Vanessa Williams, the dark skinned one, played Vivica Fox's character in the show. Boom.
That's what.
But it's some, I guess, good COVID news, if that's a contradiction at all.
Good COVID.
Good COVID news. Uber and Walgreens are working on a team up for a free ride program for people to get the COVID vaccine. And the pilot programs will be started in socially vulnerable communities. So, you know what I'm saying? Communities with old folks and people of color.
Wop wop.
So let's get some wop wops. So, hey, this shit's so stupid. So, Riot Games CEO, he got sued for sexual harassment by his former assistant. She also, in the meantime, was able to sue for wrongful termination and failure to pay wages. So does this not look like every other time? Like we know this nigga. Like what? And then when you see the picture that they put up of him, it's just like, oh my god, this is bad. You know exactly who I'm talking about, though, bro. You looked at him and was like, yeah.
Sexual harassment, huh?
Oh, that's your bag, huh? Bad. Like, it's oh my god.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I'm gonna take a sip to being a non-problematic cis male, because that's hard to come by these days. Apparently, for how y'all niggas be acting, bro.
Why is it so hard
to be a non-problematic cis male? I'll never know.
Oh yeah. All right. So more womp womps.
Womp.
So look at you. Stadia just came. What's going on with Stadia?
I knew you was gonna feel this. I knew that. I put this in as soon as I saw this shit. I was like, I'm putting this right in here for Aunt saw it and was like, thank you. I'm defamating my favorite company for this nigga. For this nigga.
I'm like. People fuck.
Why was anybody waiting for anything on Stadia that's already out?
Because they want a reason to like Stadia, and Google keeps taking it away from them.
Hey. You know who Stadia is made for? You know who Stadia is made for?
Nobody at this point.
For that product.
What is the issue? You don't have creative enough people to like actually take advantage of these technologies.
They say it in the statement released. Like they literally was like the time and the money that it takes exponentially growing. Like it takes more and more money to produce these games as we go along. I think that was bullshit, but at the same time, I do understand the fact that they're like, we would rather throw money at companies like, hey, keep us in mind.
With the premise of being able to create a game on with like essentially like a small scale supercomputer.
Yeah.
You know, some cool shit can be made. Like,
yeah.
Fuck that shit. What's next, bro?
Yeah. Andrew like this. We got another 1-1, right?
Yeah. We got a couple more.
PlayStation Network was down for like a good 30-something hours. It was stupid.
When?
This was like Thursday. It's like Thursday. That's why I couldn't play fucking Grand Theft Auto. Like I was mad as hell. But yeah, nah. PlayStation did shut down for a minute, but we should talk about CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, man,
that's way more important.
They got hacked, right? So CD Projekt Red got hacked. And they said their data was held for ransom, and they was like, "No, we not finna pay that shit," which you shouldn't. Like, and
we don't negotiate with terror.
Right? It was like, "Cool, you got backups." And what happened was the hackers went ahead and released a bunch of, stuff, a bunch of code for their games. So one of their games, Gwent, the code was released. They said they'd release some more stuff, like the remastered version of The Witcher.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff.
You couldn't stumble upon worse luck. Like, what is happening to them?
Wait, what?
They're becoming for what reason?
For what reason? I wonder.
Like CD Projekt Red every week, bro. This is something
like every single week.
They get it fucked up, bro. Like it's so bad. It's so bad. Like fantastic about
you
it.
Remember Britney Spears? That dude that was on Britney Spears was like talking about leave Britney Spears alone. That's how I feel about
Chris. That's
how I feel like CD Projekt Red right now.
Leave CD alone.
Leave CD alone. They just want to make a good game, and if you would leave them alone, they would make it a good game. They could
remember the Witcher 3. Remember the Witcher 3. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide.
Like real shit. Like just let them do their thing. Man.
Anyway.
Alright, so one more womp womp. Yeah, so Star Wars Mandalorian actress Gina Carano.
Don't know. Fucking don't know. My aunt, her.
will now be returning to the Star Wars universe.
And getting her own fucking spinoff series that she had in the bag already.
In the bag. Canceled. She will not be. She will not be for some racist, problematic tweets.
They were about trans people and
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Because she covered all grounds.
Yeah.
Like overall,
really, everybody
hate.
that we have an understanding of, like, hey, you should just shut up about us. She said something about.
It was fucked up. It's like I was like, oh man, this is like a really cool, badass, women character.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
In the Star Wars
is that
universe.
the same woman that played the strong bitch in Deadpool 2?
I think it is.
Okay. I was like, yeah, get her out of here. Anyway, watch rotation. Ooh, ooh. I wish I could moonwalk out the shit. we need roller chairs right now, bro.
Are your feet moving?
I'm killing this shit. I'm definitely moonwalking, but I'm not moonwalking. But hear me out, right? Because Judas and the Black Messiah, we gotta watch this shit too today. I'm gonna play it for you. Or you got HBO, so you good. You need to watch this shit today.
I'll watch that shit.
WandaVision now. I got you. That's two of the three on Watch Rotation for this week. So Judas and the Black Messiah, HBO Max premiere, also in theaters, select theaters across the country. Story about the FBI informant that was involved with the Black Panther Party right next to Fred Hampton, and as a semi-biographical piece. Like, it's based on, real shit, but it takes liberties. It's a great fucking film. And it is so rewarding to see Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield, and Lil Rel. Because Lil Rel does pop up somewhere in the movie. And I thought that was the most brilliant shit, because I was like, they did that just because he's T.S. motherfucking A. And they had to put him somewhere in the fucking movie. And it all came together brilliantly. I think, it's something that, it's not for the, like I had siblings that told me, like, I'm not watching it no time soon because I feel a certain type of way about watching, Freddie Hampton film, and I totally get that, and yeah, they totally do, everything you think they're gonna do in a movie about Fred Hampton, yes, you are gonna see people getting shot. So that's that. But you know what I'm saying, that's the thing about biographical work. You know what I'm saying? We know where this ends at some point. It's just, how do they get through this? How do they get through this? And I think that the dance to get to the end, that end, is beautiful. I think it is pretty good. So that's definitely first on watch rotation this week. Watch that first. It's also Black History Month. Bitch, eat that shit and watch it. Real shit. All My Friends Are Dead on Netflix. It's a foreign film. It's a sub film. It's a dub film, and it's some dude accidentally killed somebody at a party, and then it goes downhill from there. It's great. The trailer was wonderful. I still haven't finished the movie. I watched half of it, and I was like, yeah, this is it. But to watch. Like I'm the nigga that can't really watch dubbed like anime. Like I know it's supposed to be Supreme, but I can't watch that shit because I go to sleep. You want me to read for 3 hours to watch 3 episodes? That's crazy. You lost your mind.
Wait, it's a series?
Or no. This is a movie.
Oh, okay.
This is a movie. So yeah, it's like a fucking 2 hour watch. It's like an hour and a half and some change. But yeah, that, and then the WandaVision episode this week. If you haven't, so my thing is about this episode. I put this in the watch rotation this week because my thing is, if you have not watched WandaVision, get into it right now. Do yourself a favor. There's not going to be a season 2. Like, this is a one-off. I'm pretty positive. But it's the best series out right now. WandaVision is crazy. And I think that most people are into the MCU, and that's why I put it in here today. Because I need y'all to go watch that shit. Bro, this shit is nuts. The shit they pulled last week, the shit they pulled this week's episode was ridiculous. And it's 3 more episodes left. So that it's 6 out now. Like, yeah, it's going to be 9, 10 episodes or some shit. Just get into that shit now. Do yourself a favor. You don't want to be hearing about that shit and then have to watch it. Because there's too much shit going on. For the MCU and what they going for, it's crazy.
Actually, my homie just hit me up. She was like, she put a message in the group chat like, have y'all seen the latest episode? Because I got questions, so I'm definitely going to watch it.
Oh yeah, no, we should watch it right after this. I was like, I got wine, bro. We finna watch this.
So what? Last choice?
Oh yeah, last one. COVID isn't going anywhere, right? So it's about to become like, you know, as known as like a flu or a measles shot and shit, you know, shit that is still out here. There's no cure for. We just got ways to get around it, and now you got to deal with those. Just don't be dumb. I think. Well, no, that's just my last joint. Yeah. For that. What about you?
Man, as always, check your neighborhood. I'll talk to this white person, man. For terrorist activity, bro.
For like, terrorist activity?
Trump.
That's the rawest thing you come up with in this show, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Every time you say it, I'm like, yes.
Trump, it was the word.
Don't worry, word rotation is coming back. He's gonna get some new words, bro. He's gonna get a lot of new words.
We didn't talk about this, but like, Trump was acquitted.
Trump did get acquitted. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. I'll talk to this white person.
Happy Valentine's Day. I love y'all. Because today is Valentine's Day, but yesterday was Trump getting off day. So, ooh. That's great. But yeah. Alright, I love y'all. We'll see y'all next
Yeah.
What he said. Yeah.